Hello and welcome to Across the Buc'n Pond, the show that talks about the game that's just passed, and we beat them Saints because we are dat. We dat, we dat, we dat. Bragging rights go to us, and the Buccaneers have swept the New Orleans Saints in dramatic fashion. Two scores late in the fourth quarter that I don't think anyone saw coming, and this Buccaneer team was on fire for the last bit. Defense did their job. Offense finally figured it out, and we shooted up the field and scored twice. I don't think anyone saw that coming. Even I was considering, because of how late those games are on, I was considering that I would just, if I'm honest, go to bed. Glad I didn't. Stuck it out to the end, and it was absolutely worth it. Great to hear that there were media members that were turning off the TV and kind of gave up on the game. It just goes to show, never walk out. And if you paid your money for those Bucks tickets and you walked early to catch traffic, not worth it. You can't spend all that money and you don't get to see your Buccaneers win. That's gotta suck. Anyway, and we start off this as always, guys. Remember, hit that like button, strip that subscribe button, sack that notification button, and you can intercept me in the comments. So, guys, comments are allowed. Get it on. We'll have some fun. And I will be bumping on to Buck Wild in just about 2 hours, well, just shy of 2 hours, with the lovely Pearl of Georgia. That is Teresa Baxter, and we will be getting Buck Wild as per usual. This time I will keep my clothes on. Things you do for likes and viewers. So, the Buccaneers win in emphatic fashion. We're all pleased about it. I know I am. But there's one thing that's got to be done first. It's got to be done now. We've got to get this out in the open because, there's just no getting around it. The New Orleans Saints still suck. They only did it to themselves. How to stop a New Orleans? What do you do when you see a New Orleans fan choking? Blue that. Okay, so yep, we win. We're the Mac Daddies right now, and it's a K dot 1 yard K Otton pass from Tom Brady with the kick from Ryan Suckup, and then we go into Rashad White, who twists and contorts his body and gets us a nice little tutty to cap the game off for us. Hey, real pleased with us with what we did defensively. People got to remember that we were missing two safeties, two starting safeties, and we were also missing, and by extension, one of those safeties drops down and plays nickel quite often, which means we're devoid of a couple. So, and we also missing Shaq Barrett. So, for me, defensively, we did what had to be done. I'm really pleased with the result. Didn't see that coming. And we are 500. We're 6-6, and we're ready, and we're leading the division. I do believe we have 2 games breathing room, but let's keep winning. Let's get on this train because you've got to play your best football in December. Leftwich, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you and that playbook. You got to unleash something now, brother, because this is what we're seeing. Yeah, stop making me do this. Can't be done. Can't do this no more. Stop playing with my heart. But all in all, we have our first comment of the day. Edwin Hernandez, let's go Bucks. Absolutely. Cheers, brother. Look, a serious sweep for over 15 years? Wow. 2007 was the last time the Buccaneers swept the Saints. Tom Brady couldn't do it for 2 years, and now we've done it. We finally have done it. We finally beat Tom Brady's finally beaten them, and he swept them. That's got to feel real good in the Brady camp. It's got to feel real good for us Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans. We have bragging rights for the NFC South, but the job's not done yet. We can't limp into the playoffs. We need to fire into the playoffs. We go in all guns blazing. Believe you me, the Buccaneers can still make noise. Do I see it happening? If I'm honest, probably not. Only reason being is I just don't see this offense going anywhere right now. I think a lot of Buccaneers fans are praying and hoping that Ryan Jensen's coming back sooner rather than later. We don't actually have a timetable for when he's coming back. People speculate he was going to come back for the Rams game. He didn't. I never take media speculation because they don't actually know. All right. And we know for a cold, hard fact that the team's going to be tight-lipped because they don't want teams to game plan and go, okay, we do not need to worry about Ryan Jensen. But let's face it, as soon as you see the game day report, the practice reports, and you see he's not practicing, it's done. Like, come on, put a timetable on it and give some Buccaneers fans some satisfaction. We're looking between this time and this time. Give me that. I don't need you to go, it's on this day, because injuries don't work like that. You know, we weren't supposed to have Vita Vea back for the playoffs. We weren't supposed to have Vita Vea back for the playoffs, but he worked hard at it and he came back. We've got Tristan Wirfs out. He could be coming back next week, the week after. Look, don't rush anyone. The Buccaneers still have control of their division. I would say to start panicking when we become break even, because the Buccaneers have got 2 tough games, real tough games coming up. And it's against this 49ers team. Don't write off their quarterback. I didn't watch the game because I tend to try and I tend to watch a little bit of Red Zone, and I tried to socialize with the family when the Buccaneers aren't playing. So, that's on me. I do apologize, but I got to keep the wife happy. I got to keep the kids happy. And when I look at what this San Francisco team has done against Miami, who was red hot, Brock Purdy gave up one interception, 2 touchdowns, and had 210 yards in his first outing as an NFL player. That ain't half bad. Now, the Miami defense isn't a joke either. It is not a bad defense. If he can get success, and that's what we got to shut down. We got to shut this down. Defense. This is probably the game you're going to have to get takeaways, because I do not see this offense marching up and down the field, scoring touchdown after touchdown after touchdown, because that's what it's going to take. This San Francisco team beat Miami. And we got the score here, 33-17. Now they could just have their teams on equal footing, which means they have the same record right now, right? Which means Miami was a game in front at one point. They have to figure that out. We have to take the ball away from Brock Purdy. We have to score on defense if we can, and we have to give every opportunity for our offense to shine. This is one of the best defenses in football. This is a physically imposing team that will want to grind you down. But it plays to our strengths. Clearly, they're not a passing team. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. We can live with that. We can move on with this. They will try and run the football. They'll try and get Christian McCaffrey involved in the run game and in the pass game to keep him going. We have faced Christian McCaffrey on multiple occasions, and since BA has turned up and we had Coach Bowles, we are able to account for him and put him in his place. We have to continue to do so. That is the key for me for this game. We need to shut down their run, force them to pass, and take the ball away. We take the ball away, we burn clock. He's going to have to start hitting Mike. No trying to draw throwing those flag plays, because don't get me wrong, they helped us in that game. And they'll continue to help us, but you can't guarantee referees are always going to call it. and it says time for Psycho Tom to show up against in the Niners. Like, he wants to show himself up right now because he wants to, if everyone's speculating what Tom Brady will do or what Tom Brady won't do in the offseason. Will he resign as a Buccaneer? A lot of people are thinking no. There's that rumor he's going back to New England. I personally don't see it because I don't see their offensive staff, their offensive weapons to be anything but average. They've got a good tight end, but not a great tight end. They've got okay wide receivers, not great wide receivers. If you're looking at it from that point of view, he may as well stay in Tampa. Cold weather again. But this is a team that we're traveling to and we're facing. This is like a resume game, if you think about it. Tom Brady shows them what they're missing. Maybe. John Lynch is calling. And Shanahan's like, give me that guy. I need that guy to win a championship. And maybe he can rub off on our rookie that we're trying to groom for the future. They invested a lot of draft capital. Imagine if he can sit back behind Tom Brady. If he learns it, he learns it. If he doesn't, he's a bust. It's as simple as that. Look, I don't want to talk about what's going on in the future too far, but this could be a resume game for Tom Brady. He wants to prove a point to this other team's front office. You passed up on me before. Don't do it again. It also could be he's at home. He wants to play good. Play good when you're home. Look good, feel good, play good. Live good, die good. That's my theory on it all. So let's have a look at the injury report. Let's have a little snoop on what's going on. Let's get this bad boy up. Here we go. So they have Jimmy Garoppolo out. We know we have Travarius Moore, defensive back, out. And they have Hassan Ridgeway. I don't know either of those two players, so I don't know if they're big name players or not. And Nick Bosa is questionable. I think every Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan right now is praying that he does not play. But I'm sure he will. I'm guessing he will. But we could get lucky. We got lucky. We could get lucky here. So from a Buccaneers point of view, though, doubtful. Tristan Wirfs is down as doubtful. So no one's ruled out. I'm hoping they don't put Tristan Wirfs in, to be brutally honest, because I just want it to save him. I don't want him to get re-injured. Murphy Bunting is questionable. Cameron Brate's full participation. There's nothing. I think Vita Vea is just good to go. Vita Vea is a warrior, so I don't see any problems. I would love to have Antoine Winfield Jr. back because I just think he really brings something to this defense. But let me talk about when I was talking about my players of the game against that Saints. It shows balls. It shows guts for a player like Keanu Neal to give up that touchdown and then to come in all guns blazing because he did not make a mistake after that. People can make mistakes. This guy's been in and out of the Buccaneers lineup. He's probably not practiced as much. He's probably a little bit greener. He's a year one player in this scheme. And I'm not making excuses. I'm just being real. And he's been out injured, so he's not been spending the time. He ain't been on the grass. He's just been in the class, and he's got to take that shit to the grass and kick some ass. That's what he's going to do. You got to take it from the class to the grass, kick some ass. It's as simple as that. And that's what he did. He learned from his mistake. I love the fact that he was held accountable. They didn't get after him. They just went, dude, what? It looked like they were like, what the went wrong? And he went, this, and this. Right. Do you know how to fix it? Yes. Okay. Let's rock and roll. And it worked. Leftwich is going to have to be a creative in his run game and his blocking schemes. It's all going to be, it's got to be smart football because you are not going to outpower this team. You are not going to outpower this San Francisco 49ers front. You're just not. You're not going to outmuscle them. You have to outwit them by making them do stupid stuff that opens things up. Okay? So, my takeaways for this game, because this one's been a bit short, but we'll talk about a few other things. But my takeaway for this game, first and foremost, blend your run game and your passing game together so they don't know what's coming. Secondly, if you can't establish the run, use the width of the field, because this Buccaneers football team likes to use the length of the field, which is limitless until you get to a certain point. Once you get into the red zone, that space dries up. The closer you get to the goal, the in goal area, the less space that you have. The less space you have, the harder it is to work. It's easier for them to defend. Now, when you use the width of the field, that width stays the same. Sometimes it changes based on which hash mark you line up. If you're in the middle or on the other hash, you'll have more space on one side, and that's fine. Exploit space. Force people to work harder. Make it hard for them to defend you because you're using the width of the field. And using the width of the field doesn't matter how close you are. You're still using the width of the field because it does not change. So it's going to be lights on White again. Devin White making plays. I thought Levante David had a great game. Devin White was not bad. He wasn't great, but he was good. He was still good. Just a solid game. Safeties did a decent job. Cotton Davis got bullied a little bit, but he seemed to bed in okay. The interesting thing for me is Jamal Dean. He did look like he struggled, and then I didn't hear his name all night. And sometimes that's a bad thing, and sometimes it's a good thing because it means they weren't picking on him. It means they weren't complete. They just wouldn't go into him. So they just kind of ignored his side of the field to a degree. What I do worry about, especially with Antoine Winfield out, is Zion McCullum because he looked lost. I mean, he looked like Bambi slipping around on plays and stuff. Now that happens. People are going to lose their footing. We can mock, we can jest. At the end of the day, it's not us on the field. I've slipped over on a field many a time, wearing cleats or what have you. So this is it. Just play solid defense. Get after the ball on passing downs. Make your tackle in the run game. Get them down. Don't worry about stripping that ball out unless you're playing more desperate. You're not playing desperate. Just get them down on the ground. Don't worry about the extra crap. The back end, you need to be lethal and you need to take the ball away. We're looking pick sixes. We're looking for turnovers. We're looking to move the ball down the field, give our offense a bigger chance to go and score. There's no reason this Buccaneer football team can't go down and beat this team. I believe it can. Will it happen? That's going to be on the offense, in my opinion. We're not going to win a battle of defenses every single time. Again, eventually a good team will beat us. And that's what's happened. If you look historically with this team, when they've lost games, they've lost to good opposition, bar one or two teams here and there, the Browns and Carolina. They haven't lost to good team. They've lost to good teams. And that's the only time the defense plays really poorly. The rest of the time it's that last minute, the last second, they allow a team to hang around. They don't have the killer instinct to finish them off. The offense needs to help that and finish it off for them. Offense needs to finish drives. Tom, don't panic. You may have to take a lick or two. I get it. You don't want to get hit because you're looking at the playoffs, but you're not going to be in the playoffs if you're not taking risks. You need to take a risk or two. This is the team to do it to. You knock this team on the head, confidence is aplenty. You've just knocked you've knocked a playoff team out. That is a good scalp to have. So there's been a little bit of chat, just a little bit. Wow, I see a lot of people posting about this lovely, attractive young lady. And I believe her name is Veronica Rajek. Yep. Looking to get with Tom Brady. And we've all seen the pictures. She's a very, very, very attractive woman. If Tom Brady's got any brains, he stays well away from this. This looks like a woman begging to be a baby mama. That's how it reads. I've got the word that song "Gold Digger" with Kanye West and Jamie Foxx in. That's just going through my head every time I see pictures of her come up. I'm like, oh yeah. Come on. Look at the girl's timeline. All of a sudden, she's Tom Brady's biggest fan. Before that, she barely talks about football. Okay. Mm-hmm. And remember this, guys. Tom Brady's that big of a celebrity. If someone like Aaron Rodgers can go get Olivia Munn, Tom Brady can get some glamorous women. We're not just talking some sticky tart that poses on a boat in D and G strings. We're talking about women that guys dream of getting. I'm not saying no one doesn't want to have her. She's haggard or something. No. She's very, very attractive, but she's not in his stratosphere. She's seeing this as an opportunity to either push her name out prominent because Tom Brady's dating this girl. Because guess what? If whoever Tom Brady's dating is going to be in papers. Look at what happened with Giselle and the jiu-jitsu guy. All over the shop. She's going to get that publicity. She's going to get clicks. She's going to get likes. She's going to get followers. That's what she's doing. She's a internet influencer, social media influencer. That means she's influencing you by going to check her page. How many people have checked her page since she went, I really like Tom Brady? Her traffic is through the roof. Even if she knows nothing's going to happen, just doing that adds traffic to her webpage or to her profile, which in turn she can turn around to sponsors and things like that. Like, I generate a lot of likes and a lot of love. And let's go. I've got a few more comments. Let's blast through these and let's see how we go. Just the one. Yes, use more RPO and mix in the hurry up offense. I mean, you can't play an entire game at hurry up offense, but it's definitely something you can use. Once you've got like that explosive play, what I would do is just hit it. Like as soon as you got that, once you got that one first down, that one big play, like say a run for like 12 yards or something like that, they do happen. I've seen them. That's when you go hurry up because then the team's reeling. It's like, oh shit, what do we do? And then you go pass because they're already in their run formation. This is how you do it. You flip it. You keep flipping around. You force them that they can't do nothing. You go into if you're. This is why college is a little bit more successful at it because a lot of them tend to stick to the same formation. They don't have hundreds and hundreds of different formations. Well, I'll say hundreds of different formations, but technically there are only four. Technically there are only four formations, and every time I say that, people look at me wide-eyed. And here's why: you're looking at it from personnel groupings, but there are only four. There are only four actual formations: 2x2, pro, empty, and trips. Everything else is just a different version of those four. And if you think I'm mad, hey, it's not me who's just made that up. That's come from a Hall of Famer. That's come from Rod Woodson. So if you think I'm being stupid, you're saying Rod Woodson's being stupid, and we all know he ain't. So, coach in the National Football League, coach. I think he coaches. I'm not sure if he's coaching in college, but Hall of Fame safety and cornerback. I'm pretty sure he knows his shit. So I just want to take a minute to commiserate, have a moment of memoriam for the England football team. Yes, I did a post that came out. If you check out my web page, I got a few angry people. It's a shame. Oh well, I'll get over it. I got thick skin. At the end of the day, they lost, and they just got to take their lumps. But England soccer fans to Americans are basically Dallas Cowboy fans. They think they win it every single time, and they do this thing, it's coming home crap, which is basically their version of this is our year. It's frustrating. And being half German, it sucks. But hey, it is what it is. I don't follow the sport, don't watch it, so I just like to whine. I just like to fricking wind people up. Anyway, moving swiftly on because this isn't a soccer presentation video. This is about our Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And we're exhausting content right now because I'm going to try to save some stuff for me and Teresa later on. Going forward after December, across the Buc'n pond will be shorter streams, probably around about this kind of size, maybe smaller. Very similar to what my guy AJ Turnup does in It's About Buc'n Time, his stuff. So that's kind of the model that we're going for. And then I believe me and Teresa will be doing Sundays or whatever time she's available, whatever time I'm available. We'll figure it out and we'll get that ironed in for you guys. As you know, that's more of an interaction show than this. And of course, we always do the aftermath, but the aftermath will be kind of like an hour. Once the season's done, will be a roundup of what happens. Hopefully we do that roundup stuff in February, not in January. So my predictions for this game. I believe this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team can go out and make a statement. And I'm going to say this right now. I think they can blow out the Niners. Yes, if they look at me like I'm mad. The reason I say this is it has the potential to. It's had the potential to do this all year. It just hasn't happened yet. There has to be a game where this Buccaneers team goes off. They haven't gone off yet. The closest thing they got of going off was when they played against the Chiefs, and that wasn't going off. That was a team trying to play catch up. So I want to see this Buccaneer football team add that same layer of viciousness that they added into that game. Bring it to. You've got X amount of weeks. You've got 12 weeks of tape of what you know works and what doesn't work. This means your tendencies should be on those players that you hit big on, you hit well on. Guys, run the football, you get your first down, boom, you go into full speed mode. You go into no huddle, you go into hurry up offense. You will have that defense reeling. I'm not saying this is a guaranteed fact. I'm just saying that's what I would do. Hit them with something big. Before they can recover to it, you go the opposite way of what you were doing. So if you passed it, you go run heavy the next time. Force them, keep them on their toes. Edwin Hernandez has his in. Edwin, sorry, I do apologize, Edwin. 24-14. I like that. That's decent. I'm going to say, and I mean by blowout, that's kind of version of a blowout these days. But hey, if the Buccaneers can just put up 20 points, I believe they can win this game. Because this defense is good enough. If we can take the ball away, give short fields to our offense, there is no reason this Buccaneer ball club can't go and win this game. And I'm telling you right now, if the Buccaneers win this game, it sets it up because we got Cincinnati. The Buccaneers can't afford to lose both these games. They can't afford it. Now we know. Now I know we'll still win the division even if we lose these two games because we've got to go against our divisional rivals down the line anyway, and they become the must-win games. What my point is, you play your best football in December. Realistically, the Buccaneers can drop one game, and realistically, it can only be in the next 3. But I would not be comfortable with the Buccaneers losing to Arizona. I could live with a San Francisco loss. I could live with a Cincinnati loss. Now, I prefer the Cincinnati loss because we have to scout one of these teams, then go undefeated for the last 3. I like the sound of that. I do. I really do. But you can look at it from a different perspective. Lose this game and you go 4-0 in the rest of it. Yeah, but you're putting pressure on yourself. Buccaneers can't afford to lose 2 games back to back because you got to get back on that horse. Guys, it's been real. Catch me on the show with me and Teresa Baxter. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is about 2 a.m. UK time. This is just a nice little roundup. I ain't got no guests in today. Not many people want to join in. They're probably watching a bit of college football, which I do believe has just ended. Yeah, so that's it from me, guys. Catch me on Buck Wild at 9 p.m. Eastern or 2 a.m. in the morning on Sunday. That's coming up. We'll be discussing all things like we're discussing now, but we'll just have a bit more to and fro because obviously you just got me. We'll have a bit to and fro between me and Teresa and anyone else who wants to come in. You guys want to comment, you want to come in on the show, I'm more than happy for you guys to do that. Guys, it's always been fun. But let's go and kick some ass. Hey, we take it from the class, put it on the grass, we go kick some ass. Bucks on me, Bucks on free. 1, 2, 3, go Bucks!